He is much more of a Republican than he is a Likudnik. He sees himself very clearly.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Martin?
Value judgment here, Bob, but that's his mindset. And that means he has a great relationship with the Republicans, particularly those on the Hill who are now in control of the Congress. And I thought that coming here, first of all, meeting with the Vice President, but his office putting out these words about time to put force on the table, and then going to the Jewish General Assembly and telling basically the American Jewish community, same message publicly, was basically sending a signal to the Hill of, come on guys, it's time to put pressure on the administration to get much tougher on Iran. And that's important for two reasons. One, it kind of fuels a political dynamic that I think was already there on the Republican side. And we've seen how that worked in the Clinton administration when the demand for regime change in Iraq fueled the Iraq Liberation Act, which became a consensus. Democrats and Republicans overwhelmingly supported it in the House and then in the Senate, and it really pushed President Clinton towards a regime change approach. So that's a dynamic. That's one point. The second thing is that Netanyahu, I think, feels a new confidence that he didn't have before, that he now has essentially the Congress with him, and that gives him much greater ability to stand up to any pressure that might come from a weakened President Obama. And so that's the other dimension that we saw this week, is that when announcements of more building activity in Jerusalem came up, whether he knew about it or not, I don't know, but when it came out, this time his people were quick out of the box, and we see it in the press today, saying, rejecting any kind of sense that this is a problematic activity. This is Jerusalem, this is ours, and we're going to do what we have to do here. And that was in the context of the president basically expressing concerns about that in Indonesia. So I think what that means overall is not just that we're going to see greater assertiveness on Iran from the Congress with the consequences that Suzanne was talking about, but a greater or less willingness to respond to presidential demands when it comes to settlement activity, which is going to have an impact on the president's other flagship issue, which is the ability to try to achieve a resolution of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.